just on the labor issue, and we were trying to push the acting secretary on automation because that is the existential future. We have to be competitive, and I want to bring it up only because both you and I asked, and I did not get a satisfactory.
No, it's a hard question to answer. Nobody wants to answer it, but it's
front and center because that's what the machines are meant to do. As Jensen Wong said, anything we can do, they can do that.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting it more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. And 2024 is going to be one of our most entertaining years. We have the presidential election. We have the drums are beating. We have the emerging markets going to be flipping the switch on the fourth industrial revolution. And they finally start to cut rates. And we know Japan is going to start raising rates. And those trillions of dollars that are sitting in money market accounts are going to start flowing over to the emerging markets. And we know the master magicians are about to set up that distraction so they can cut rates while we still have inflation. And in the fourth quarter, once the election is over, the movie begins. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now we have Bitcoin and crypto slightly up as I'm doing this video. We know we have options today, but guys, starting tomorrow with the only game in town. And we know on the 5th and after, they need Bitcoin as collateral. So we definitely should see open interest move up, which is going to be moving up crypto. I'm not your financial advice, not financial advice. Please do your own research, but get yourselves in position. It's like clockwork. And we have job numbers come out. They came in higher as expected, but we know they're definitely going to be revised. But don't forget, guys, we run into the holidays. These jobs are going to be hiring for the next few months. So these job numbers that are going to be coming in for these next 3 to 4 months is going to be inflated just because of that. Now, guys, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates, as we see, are spiking. The 10-year is almost at a 4, and how quickly things have changed. I told you, after Jerome Powell's speech, they would slowly creep up, and we're seeing that happen. And guys, make sure you're paying attention to the VIX. It's definitely being stubborn. It's not moving down. And then right now we have the dollar moving back up. And the only reason why we have the dollar moving up, because the yen is getting weak, because they said they weren't going to raise rates just yet. But we saw Japan just raise rates just a little and made the dollar weak. So just imagine when they get into that rate hiking cycle, what's going to happen to the dollar. And that's the reason why we're going to a level playing field. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And right now in crypto, we have volume down. And then, of course, guys, we have the Fed repo at $341 billion, moved down slightly. Make sure you're pulling that on a daily basis. And guys, we have the port strike suspended, and that's the key, suspended until January 15th. And when you listen to them this morning, they stated, yes, they have the wages, but the automation talk has to be had. And the union leader says they don't want automation, but guys, we know the automation is coming. So basically, this was an extension all for the election. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And we are a month from the election. And then after the election, we have Jerome in the House. And we know in November, for some reason, we always get some type of event, some type of entertainment. So sit back, get your popcorn, and let it play out. But starting in January, guys, we know the games are going to begin. Once we get this new administration in office, we know the movies are going to get stepped up. Layoffs are going to start picking up for 2025. And then we also know from 2025 to 2028, automation is going to take over. And we always have Jim Cramer talking about automation, how it's going to take over. I'm going to go over that in the second video. But they're letting you know. But this is the first time. This is the first time I've seen it where if you go on social media, people who normally talk about nothing was talking about automation, talking about robots taking over. That was all over social media due to this port strike. And I don't think that was by chance. They're trying to get the minds ready. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the Bitcoin, Ethereum spot ETFs, BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale. We have Bitcoin, Ethereum spot ETFs up right now. Now getting over into a little crypto news. We have Visa launches platform for managing tokenized digital assets. And of course, guys, we've been over this. The big banks and big corporations are pushing real-world assets to be tokenized and put on blockchain. Now, of course, we know Visa, MasterCard, their field is payments. So, of course, they're pushing CBDCs and stablecoins. And, guys, we know they're nothing but digital dollars. But due to blockchain smart contracts, now you're talking about programmable money, where they can tell you what, when, and how to buy, and you have 3 to 6 months to spend it or poof, it's gone. And then on top of it, they know everything you're spending. They have all your data, so they'll know you better than you know yourself. They'll be able to send you out an item even before you remember that you need it. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And then lastly, we have PayPal completes its first business transaction using stablecoins. And again, guys, it's all about stablecoins. Why? Because that's liquidity. We're talking about real-time settlement. That's the reason why it's so important to tokenize these treasuries, get these stable coins out, because as fiat starts to shrink, starts to end, they already have the new system to come in. And that's the reason why they keep talking about a hard landing or safe landing. They're talking about the fourth industrial revolution. And PayPal's transaction demonstrated how digital currencies can be used to improve often clunky commercial transactions. And we know they're going to dangle the carrot in order to get this sheep moved over. And then also, guys, we see how language is being changed in the fourth industrial revolution. But with the swift announcement for next year, guys, we clearly see while the NWO builds, the sheep sleep. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But guys, all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the new World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.